You're recording.
Okay, so basically, as you can see, you have your chart. We are going to be focusing on the colors around your face, this chart down here, and the chart to the right. Everything else is basically like Chinese elementals, and it's going to be mirroring the images. Okay, so it really isn't something that we talk about in here. It changes from second to second.
Okay.
So what we will talk about today is the coloring and the pattern on your picture it's basically what's been showing up since December. We're calling it the spiritual awakening. It's a pattern that is like no other. I had never seen it in the entire year I was doing or as before. But once the planetary alignment changed and everybody started going through like a big purging and cleansing, this pattern popped up, and you have it. So what it is an old soul blue, this real deep dark blue above.
Mm-hmm.
This bright blue right here, almost every person has it. It's just the way that the world views you. Calm and peaceful, loving, unifying. And then as a blue, this old world blue, old soul blue is a very healing energy. Mm-hmm. So you may be drawn to helping people. People may be drawn to asking you for help. And it may actually be to the detriment of your own health, because blues tend to overly give and fix and help everybody.
That sounds very familiar.
and it comes, it's like from an early age it starts, and everybody just naturally needs to like come and get better with your help, your advice, your comforting energy. So what's happening is you're literally having a well of healing energy coming out of your body, and it's attracting people.
It does.
So there's a way to rein that in. You have to kind of set up some boundaries, energetic boundaries with the universe and your God, and just basically give it all back to God. You know, from now on you say something like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, that's really heavy. I love you. I honor you. I'm here for you. Let's sit and pray out loud for what you need. And I that's how I can support you best. But past that, oxygen mask on first from now on. Blues will do this to the detriment of their own health if they let themselves. So just make sure you rein it in. But you're a beautiful soul. You're highly connected. You're very open. You literally have all of your chakras like above 50%, which is higher than most people. You're very open to your intuitive gifts, and whether you know it or not, you're getting universal downloads. You're getting information, and you're probably thinking it's your thoughts. Could be somebody else's thoughts, could be your own, but this is what we call spiritual and psychic energy, because you're deeply connected to the etheric realm, which is like really pretty far above you, but still in your field. So you got to think about what your chakras are. You have energetic power centers that run through your spine. Starts at the base of your spine with your root. Goes to your basically this is your sense of security and how you receive back from Mother Earth and all the blessings. So if you're not feeling it, you're probably not open in your root chakra. Okay, creative and sexual energy is in your sacrum. Your solar plexus is your sense of self. That is your confidence level. That's your where you're headed, what you want, your worth, your value. And these three work together for manifesting. And if they're not open, you're not open. It's like you don't have a flow. You're not receiving the gifts back from the universe. You would know it if you were. I promise you, it's measurable in difference. Okay? So you are like 70% open in your root, which is like 50% more than most people. Okay? But I'm an overachiever.
Right.
So I'm going to push you a little further, and I'm going to lovingly suggest you open it even further. And you write down a list of your skills, what you're good at, how many people you've helped, what you really truly believe you're here for on Earth to help others. This area, when you read about yourself, you remind yourself how amazing you are, this opens up. And the sense of self reminds you and the universe of your worth, which then starts the cycle of receiving. Okay, so you have to have all of these open. You can't receive, even if you do feel valuable. Okay, if this isn't open. So other than that, your heart chakra, you can give all day long. You can give love. If your root chakra is open, you can receive it. Okay, And other than that, it looks like you're speaking your truth. Your throat chakra is pretty open.
I'm an Aries.
Maybe 85% open, girl.
Right on.
You are, yeah, you're 75% open in your throat. So you're speaking your truth, But that energetic boundary with the universe on scaling it back with how many people come to you for needing you for things and how many worlds you have on your back, that's going to be important.
Mm-hmm.
What that looks like is just saying a prayer. God, I know you got this. Or you and your God have this, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do with it. I'm your cheerleader. I'm here for you, but not going to carry this one. Too heavy. And you don't have to say all that.
Yeah.
You can just say, let's sit and pray. I know this is heavy, but don't let it suck you dry. Okay?
So, because I can read people's spirits, and that's what I've been doing, and there's more and more people that are actually coming to me, and then there are spirits that speak through me. And so,
is that comfortable for you?
It is for the most part, especially when I receive the confirmation and I get the certain reactions from people. My thing is that when it's family, those are the ones that I can't unload. So, and those are the ones that I, for some reason, stay attached to.
And you feel most responsible for. Mm-hmm. It's a blue. It's way beyond you.
Yeah.
It's way beyond you. You can't even control what's happening right now. And what's funny is I had two ladies in here recently, and I was trying to explain to them what a blue really is. And they turned white and fell out of their seats. And basically, I was staring up at this, blue, that's painted on the walls here.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to say, you're like the lighthouse. You're like the beacon in the Night of Lost Souls. You really draw them in. And, I'm trying to explain to her to kind of get out of the business of helping people because it's not your business.
Oh.
Right? It's like nobody needs fixing. You're perfect and complete just the way you are. And if you feel you're on a journey to fix yourself, congratulations. You don't need to go anywhere. You're just fine. And if you can hold a safe space for somebody to have a healing and a release, fine. Past that, nothing is your responsibility. It's time to give it all back, right?
Mm.
And so with that being said, there's releasing exercises. You can write one to release somebody else's pain and their problems. And there's also one to release your own and things that you've been taking on from other people. And scientifically, what that looks like is write it down. Write down exactly how you're feeling, what happened, whatever you need to release. And as you do that, it's literally pulling the energy out of your body. Okay, so the next part is the ceremony of transmuting that energy that's negative to light and love. And that is the burning of the paper. So you don't reread it. You twist it up, put it in something, a can, something responsibly burned, that piece of paper. And as you do, you just imagine it going up to light and love.
So I usually take them and I burn it on the stove.
In the house.
So that's not good?
Well, are you transmuting it to light and love? Because the transmutation, I'm real big on transmutation of energy. If you've got a negative energy, you don't want to let it, bounce around out there. So if you're going to burn it, you intentionally state, this is turning into light and love. That's the transmutation. It's
well, what I've done, what I thought I was doing correctly is that this is like for a spiritual bath. So I'm writing my intentions first, and then I do my spiritual bath. So I'm reading it as I'm putting the ingredients inside of there. And then afterwards, when I get inside of the bath, I read it again. But what I'm reading is I'm asking for what it is that I want. So I asked for a spiritual retreat. I asked to meet Sister Afua in person. Like, I wanted to come and get her.
So you're just setting your intentions.
Yes.
In the water, which is powerful. Clear quartz would be really great for amplification of intention. And Palo Santo for clearing your energy and putting positive back in. That's a really good clearing for the room. So if you're going to be doing stuff on the stove, having the Palo Santo to kind of smudge the area would be a really great completion of your ceremony, or whatever, however you feel best of releasing. But what I mean is negative energy from other people that you've been carrying, it stays in your cells, in your body, until you release it. And the way you can release it is to release yourself from the need of being responsible for their burdens. And as you write that down, I am no longer responsible for this. I release this energy from my body. It's actually being pulled out. And then you need to make sure that you transmute it somehow.
Okay.
So that's when I take it outside and I burn it and transmute it to light and love and let it go. And then I'm done. But if you're doing it inside, then maybe a smudging after, you know. All different. I mean, it's tons of ways of doing things, but energetically and scientifically, writing will help you to get it out.
Yes, ma'am.
And declaration of word is going to help you to set your intention.
Okay.
So instead of just reading silently, voice and vibrationally.
Oh yeah, no, I'm.
Oh, good.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, we can tell you're definitely speaking it.
Yes, I am
Right?
definitely.
So I mean, it's a beautiful pairing. It's coming. I could show you 8 more in my folder of people that have your exact shape of pattern, same coloring. So what I'm going to tell you is it's coming. This is a spiritual awakening that's coming for everybody. You jumped on board, and it's and you're so connected. Most people don't stay this open. This is really like super sensitive. And it's like an open funnel for everything. So if you're not feeling comfortable at some point, you can energetically shut that down. You do not need to stay at 80%.
Well, yeah, no, I came to a spiritual retreat, and when I said it, I said, I am receiving and I am open. And when I meditated this morning, that is exactly what it is that I asked for.
That is confirmation.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
You are the open one.
Because I'm here. No, I am definitely here to enhance whatever it is that I got going on. And
I love that.
Yes, thank you.
Well, we offer Skype to teach people how to do pendulum, oracle cards, intuitive readings, and we do all that stuff over the phone and in person. So if you ladies ever need anything,
absolutely.
If you want, I'll gift you your free profile. You all can do a free profile that'll tell you kind of why you're here and what you're really supposed to be doing to help others.
Please.
More on a humanitarian level, like life purpose.
If you could, yeah. Okay.
And then, are you related?
No.
Okay. So, family. This is where it gets really interesting. Do your profile with your family. What you're going to find is yourself in their profile, and it's going to fascinate you, and it'll also help you to better manage relationships with them. You'll understand them more, and you'll turn your quirks into superpowers.
Shut the front door. Okay.
So basically, with this profiling system, it's one of the most advanced in the world. It will help you to unlock unlimited potential within your DNA. So for growth. The fact that you're interested in what you're doing now means you've done it many, many lifetimes. This old soul blue that we have that's above your head, that bowing of the blue, that shows this is not your first merry-go-round.
No, man.
So the fact that you're even doing what you're doing, you're just rediscovering who you've been this whole time in however many lives you lived. Okay, so whether you were shamanistic or medicine woman or high priestess, I don't know. That's for you to decide.
Well, somebody told me that I was a white witch in a village, and I actually used to help people when they were sick, and I would help them feel better with whatever it is that they needed. And then somebody thought that I was like an evil witch, and I was a guy apparently, and they came and burnt down the whole entire village and killed me. So,
sounds about accurate.
Yeah.
That I was 6. I had somebody do a past life regression on me. I don't know who I heard it from or why, and I don't know anything about it at 6 years old, but I watched myself get burned at the stake.
Right.
So what came to me is, oh, that makes sense, because what I'm most interested in is naturopathic medicine, homeopathy, like herbalism, spiritualism, things that were a little bit more alchemistic and archaic. And if you think about it, what was once feared is now revered.
How about that? Say it again, girl.
What was once feared is now revered. And I promise you, it is now your time to help people. And the reason that you probably haven't shouted it to the rooftops is because you know better. In your cells, it's what keeps you safe, or what you think is what's keeping you safe. But in order to really expand into who you are, you're probably going to need to kind of own it. And it doesn't matter if you do it socially, but really own it here. Because if this is coming from heart space, that's really what you're here to do, right?
Aww.
So really the only lessons we're here to learn are love and forgiveness and how to be one. And you can do that with raising your vibration to the highest vibration of love, which is 528 hertz. That's what the universe vibrates at, is love. How fun. So if you're vibrating at love, you're tuned in to hear the music. And if you're vibrating at anything less than love, you will attract lower vibrations. So the way to stay safe with opening channels and things that you're doing, set an intention for nothing lower than Christ consciousness to enter your space, always being divinely directed and fully protected, things like that. I say a prayer before every reading. I mean, I always ask permission before saying it out loud or at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll just ask for the wisdom of you know, my ancients if I need that kind of help. I'll pull in scribes if I'm in the middle of writing something important. I really do call upon, because what happens is they will watch you struggle until you ask for help, because free will trumps everything. You will struggle until you ask vibrationally. And I don't know if you're spiritual or religious or somewhere in between, but I love hearing God does his best work through the sacrifices of man on earth. And I really do feel like that. We all give to each other in order to bring blessings.
I agree.
So, asking for the help is what calls in the help vibrationally. It's where actually somebody literally hears it. It's like the butterfly effect. Your vibration goes out, and somebody will hear you and come for you, right? You always get help when you ask out loud,
Always,
right?
yes.
Right. It's just a little bit more powerful, and when you're clear and specific, because boy, there's been times I've regretted not being clearer.
No, I got a joke, and I tell people this all the time. I have alopecia, so I always wear wigs. And one time I put my intentions out there, and I said it out loud. I wanted a head full of hair, right? So then went to this little beauty supply and everything else, looking around, and I was just like, oh, this is supposed to promote hair growth, right? And when I got home, I didn't really realize that the name of it, I just saw who the makers were, and I read the back. The name of it was Head Full of Hair. I was like, universe got jokes. Okay. That was it was in a jar. Head full of hair. Right. So
Right?
I
You
always
gotta
just
be
laugh at
super
that.
specific,
You do.
right?
You have to be super specific.
Yeah, so I'd say being in the vortex energy is going to amplify anything that you set an intention for. Automatic writing would be really good for you. If you can just do some writing, ask for spirit to speak, and that's something that you will learn more about yourself. And then on top of everything, just really be prepared for like the spiritual awakening. I mean, you are so much in spiritual energy right now. The only thing that's keeping you in is that it's like this power stripe across your head, and it's like what's really just keeping you from floating away. You got like one ankle on the ground right now.
Right on, girl. I'm floating.
And that's fine.
Oh, I said I wanted to float this morning.
See, I'm telling you. That's how it
Oh,
works.
do I get to hug you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you. What's your name?
Niina.
Where can people find you?
Oh, we're at Crystal Gratitude in Sedona, Arizona.
Hey.